god! Holy shit!
Oh my god, it's so bright. Oh my god. Holy shit, dude. That thing looks freaking crazy.
Rewind. Rewind.
Yes! Yes! $69!
I'm gonna aim so far above his head.
Rewind.
I don't have superpowers yet, do I? Oh, we just have big eyes. Do I have superpowers? Wait. Do it. One shot him. Oh my god, he did. Wait, he one shot Cole.
Rewind.
Yo guys, what is up? Yo guys, what is up? Yo guys, 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 yo guys. Yo guys, how are you doing today? Welcome to our stream. Welcome in. Pretty gonna be back when it's over. Wait, what? What did I do now? Wonder if he'll me out today. Hi Throat, how you doing? What's up, Shockwave? Randall, Mole, how we doing? We need damage. We will be doing that today. Can provide. Amon Day. Ooh, I got bad news. What's up, Charlie? How you doing? Fargo, good to see ya. Welcome in. We have 2 builds that we need to finish and record today. And then we can work on a new build. But I want to finish up and like get some gameplay and min-max the both the Harlow and Cash build. Just fell to my knees at Walmart. Shit. Yo, while you're there, can you get me some stuff? Gonna mention Instantita. Ordnance Cash. We can do Ordnance Cash if we finish the other things. Harlow's disgusting right now. Yup. Yeah, we'll record Harlow today. What do you guys want to work on first? Harlow or Cash? I'll put up a poll. Need updating Ranger Rava. Check out the new Rava that I posted. I think it's stronger. Cash. Or wait. Which? Cash. Harlow. What are we starting with? All right, poll is up. Use that instead of Ranger. Watch that video, Garrett. You will see something very ridiculous. Let's just say Ricochet Rafa gets ricochet mechanics on every single weapon, on every single shot, because they broke the game. Spelling cash that way is a criminal. Harlow build still infinite crit. Yes, but with the new class mod that is better than any of our other class mods. Cards are true UVH6 viable, but you would need to make some adjustments from my initial leveling setup, which makes sense. You know, different setups for leveling versus true UVH6. Harlow wins. All right, we'll start with Harlow, then we'll do cash later today. To live. Play Zane today. A little Boar Explosion takedown run. Little Boar Explosion run. Stadia, I haven't tested that on True UVH6 yet. I think you would need some slight adjustments, but I put that as like a level 30 to 60 build that will get you to UVH6. Melee Rafa with a new class mod. I have bad news for you, Monkey. That class mod, I haven't tested too much with it, but I did some initial shots with it, and holy shit, it's terrible. It looked terrible. I'm talking like doing 400 damage with the procced Blade Storms. Like 400 DPS. But I gave all my good guns to freaking Rafa to go grab them. Amon's new class mod can almost kill one whole trash mob. That's pretty exciting. Someone was saying they were having this like save data failed issue. It just popped up for Minuto. Yeah. Let me grab these items from Rafa. You fixed the issue? Yeah. No way. You've got all of my good level 60 guns. Do we know if the laser cutter can roll parts? I'm pretty sure it can. Ooh, this is a better roulette. Mistake. away your house. What's up, Deadbuds? How you doing? You can roll Jacobs and Ripper? Oh, shit. What's up with the yellow contracts and the DLC? They're like special contracts. I think they bring you to a Nightmare Rift. You know what'd be really nice? As a small random thing, but like, how cool would this game be if it had like Diablo's portals, where like you could leave to base or town or whatever, pick up your gear, change your build, and then jump back in a portal to go exactly where you left. I need that in this game. That would be very nice. Where is the storage in this base? Oh, there should be a little storage chest, right? I'm not crazy. Is there a storage chest here? There's a respec. Yeah, they did have that system in Wonderlands. It was sick. Well, did the Wonderlands one bring you exactly back to where you were? I'm trying to remember now. There is a bank there. Oh, I see the icon. There it is. Ooh, we get the special bounty.
You dislike corporations. I dislike.
Let's say I'm on a timer to go do this.
Perhaps you.
Ooh, I want to get one of those without. I had one with just Jacobs. I think that's our ideal role for Harlow, just straight up Jacobs. Cool, cool, cool. Kill Fatal Impact. Fatal Impact. Where that at? Is that? Okay. I see. You get a guaranteed legendary if you do it in time. That's cool. That is pretty sick. Curious to what world I wouldn't be able to do this in 12 minutes. We go cook up pizza. Oh, I went the entirely wrong way. Maybe I lied. Maybe I do need 12 minutes. Maybe the 12 minutes is for me. How goes it today? Good. It's beautiful weather out. Beautiful weather. Oh, I had to go in here. Wait. Brother, what? It's okay, it's my first day playing the video game. I needed the 12 minutes, I lied. My haircut, now you're back home attempting a boss in Crimson. Alright, this is telling me the correct way. Now, I swear I followed this thing both times and it brought me the wrong way. Yeah, look, it's giving me one of the ways to go in there. Wait, but now it's telling me here. Bro, what is this navigation? Is cash any good? Dude, not a single line for my navigation is telling me to go this way, and that's crazy. I need to get up.
What do you have against quality vehicles?
They're not gonna like that, are they? We did it. No thanks to video game.
Shiver me timbers.
As promised.
Legendary for me? You know, it's one of these 136 rewards, right? Cool. You updating Infinite Crit? Yup. We did a poll on what to start the day with, and chat wanted Infinite Crit first, and then we'll finish our cash gun build, our second cash gun build, and then we ordnance cash in. Yo, how are the side quests for this DLC? I haven't done any of them yet. All right, focus. One thing at a time. Are we near anything? We go get some gameplay. Let's go to Maelstrom. We get a boss kill recorded and do some kills. See if we get that Crowstorm Pearl. You haven't done another side quest. See, you side quests and I don't get along. What about neutron capture? We'll update neutron capture. We're gonna update them all. Neutron capture isn't as of a high priority for me right now, simply because I made a video like 3 weeks ago about exactly where I would put the points for neutron capture and why it's gonna be so strong when it hits 60. You know what I mean? Gives the giant eyeball head. Okay, that one would be worth doing. Okay. Thank you. Would you say this DLC is worth it? It kind of depends. Kind of depends. That would be a lot easier question to answer if cash wasn't part of it was sold separately. Because cash is chicken. Thank you for the 8 rate, for the rate. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Little man, right? Thank you for the 48 months with a tier 3. Holy shit. And I'm that bad. Thank you for the T1. Appreciate that. How you doing, chicken? How was your stream? Never seen this area. Is it new? Yeah, it's part of the DLC. So like cash is incredible. I think cash is worth every penny. One of the genuine better Vault Hunters we've gotten in a Borderlands franchise. The DLC is fine, but if you're thinking of this content of the DLC as $30, you'll be very disappointed.
Shiver me timbers! I'll save a bullet.
If you think of this DLC as $10 and cash is 20, it's great. But in terms of like playtime, I mean, you'll get 30 hours of content out of literally just leveling cash to 60 and getting some builds on him. So content wise, I think you get your money's worth. If you're just gonna play through the DLC and just do the story missions, you'll be disappointed. I thought it's 2 new characters. Yep, 2 new characters. The next one will be with the next story DLC. What gun is this? The Shala Shashka. Yeah, but this DLC isn't 30. It's cash is like 15 and the DLC is 15, or cash is 20 and the DLC is 10. The thing is, it's like, in terms of like prices, like it's not just this DLC for 30. They should have priced them separately. But I guarantee you making cash and putting him in this game was way more work than this DLC. Off of the simple fact that, dude, they needed, when they add a new character to this game, they have to do the voice lines and dialogue for every single main story mission and every side quest. Your character can't be mute for the whole side quest. There's like over 100 side quests in the base game. You know what I mean? Like the amount of effort to put in a new Vault Hunter into this game is crazy. I think we killed him too quickly. Are they only doing 2 main DLCs? For this season pass, yes. Just cash in the story cutscene. Yep. Yes, Target Dummy, they did change that. Yeah, they had to do all the cutscenes with cash in it, plus all the voice lines for every main mission and every side quest. Hello. You're home relatively early. Nice. This is gonna be a $1,000 plus. What do you mean 1K plus is a cost? Live service came before BL5 is ever announced, isn't it? Hot take. I'll say here, I don't think they should move on to the next Borderlands as fast as they do. Like, how do I explain that? I feel like we're in a cycle recently where Borderlands 3 was arguably not very good on launch. No dedicated drops. Bad performance issues. Zero endgame. Mayhem was a mess. Weapon balance and builds were all over the place. By the time that Borderlands got 2 years of content, it was in a great place. Probably the best place a Borderlands game has been. And then they, as soon as it's in a great place, move on. You know what I mean? My concern with Borderlands 4 is that we're finally going to get the endgame content, the optimization, the build balance, and everything. And as soon as everything is finally in a good place, they're going to move on to the next game. And I would be sad if they did. I would be sad if they do, because now I feel like we know that the next Borderlands game, whatever it is not going to launch perfectly. It's a fantasy for video games to launch perfectly. Now, they need some extra time. So I wouldn't mind if they spend some years on this game, man. I wouldn't mind personally. Yeah, get some proper time to cook BL5. They could give us a Wonderlands 2 in the meantime if they really want to give us a new game. Is this updated Harlow? Yep. Oh, shit. Is that gonna bring me back to the same place? Please tell me I don't need to run all the way back. Motherfucker. No. I was farming that, man. I went through the wrong thing. I'm a little worried about this whole, like, save failing to write notification. You do the exact same thing. Pain. Yeah, dude. I mean, like... they were like, Borderlands 4 is launching with our most expansive endgame yet. And that didn't include a takedown or a raid is crazy. That's ludicrous. Most endgame or most expansive endgame, and none of the two principles that Borderlands players would consider endgame. What's better, takedowns or classic raids? Give me an example. We don't like Destiny raids. I would love Destiny raids in this game, but I don't think it's for Borderlands. I don't think it would work in this game's format. I don't think they would go over well with the Borderlands fan base. You do all the side quests in the main game? Oh, I've done like a fourth of them. Not a lot. Borderlands 2 is milked to death. I don't think so. No? Borderlands 2 had like 2 DLCs out in like 3 months from launch, if I'm not mistaken. And then got like a year and a half of support. And then the pre-sequel came out like 2 years after Borderlands 2 or something crazy. Best Amon build. I personally enjoy Ordnance Amon the most. You're basically unkillable, one-shot every boss in the game. Some of the best mobbing. It's pretty disgusting. Ah, crap. Sorry, my mic is like really loose right now. Yoshi. Yeah. You're very dedicated. What the heck? And then I was like, all right, I got to dip. Take care. Nice meeting you. And I walked like maybe just flip a slander, turn it off. I was like, oh shit, Yoshi. I like it was just a drift of doom. I left Yoshi in the sandwich shop and I had to like go back in. And the dude was like, well, like, oh, you're back. And he was like, yeah, I forgot my dog. Would you put the 10 points into Harlow? The extra bonus damage and the fire it in red.
Let me take that off your butt.
So I'll stay. I used to have the mouse and keyboard. I did, but I had a controller plugged in that was underneath my chair that when I got up, got moved.
What can I say?
Deadeye's better, Sly. Yeah, I thought it would be Skillcraft. We tested Skillcraft. It was Deadeye. Ooh, Fire Heimdall, Pog. Squeaky Clucks. Thanks so much for the 3 months. Appreciate that. Did I green? No, I haven't tried Heimdall on Green Tree Harlow. Heimdall's disgusting, though. And I will sleep. Flip it and try it on boss. You think it'll be faster than that? I know, Heimdall's crazy. It's very, very good. I only played the bow character Sleep.
No one's gonna come.
What would you say is the best overall gun in the game, Bod?
Shiver me timbers.
Dying in the arena is faster to get back. You think I got money like that? That's crazy. Bro, I had to sell my gear in my backpack the other day so that I could afford Moxie's Encore. Is the shotgun mod important on the... yeah, it like 3x's your damage. You go from like 5x damage to 15x damage.
Guess this stuff didn't do that.
Pick up shit and sell it. Yeah, but I had a full backpack because my SDU's bugged, so I couldn't have more than 50 backpack space. And we were trying to make 13 different cache builds all on one save file. Okay. Save quitting is the way for this farm. I know. Yeah, Crazy does have a portal. Oh, wait. No, actually he doesn't. You just like run around. Or you're technically supposed to just run around. You can save quit that one though.
I'm sure I'll find you.
Have I tried Nightmare Rift yet? You mean Red World Boss? Yes, I have.
Here comes the frost.
Riveting. What build is this? This is Infinite Crit / High Noon Harlow. You watched it the other day? Yep. Yeah. The skill tree is exactly the same for High Noon Harlow and Infinite Crit.
Just throw that in here.
So it's like kind of one build, but I did change some of the specializations and stuff like that and different enhancement priorities. They're basically the same build.
Hope there's room for
You can post an updated one with level 60. Yup. Oh, you know what? Cryo Heimdall could go pretty hard on Amon. Actually, I put that in my trash, but we shouldn't. Definitely shouldn't trash that. Totem action skill for leveling, totem gun for endgame. What's up, Smee? How you doing? Do you think that UVH was done correctly with the story replay? I think UVH was done correctly with the story replay. I'm not sure exactly what you mean by that. You're talking about like unlocking UVH once you're done with the campaign? Or like making a new character and having to do the UVH rank ups? What's up, Reese? How you doing?
It's about to get cold.
Exclamation mark dedicated for the gamer drop locations. I think they mean lack of new game plus. Oh, yeah. It'd be better to have a new game plus, if that's what you mean. How can you reset story? You can replay the missions individually for the story. You just can't replay the whole campaign by resetting everything. But you can reset one mission individually at a time and replay it individually at a time. Which is why I don't think we got a new game plus in this game. What's my favorite food from AutoZone? I was not aware that AutoZone sold food. UVH should be unlocked for all after first UVH 6 for sure. Not a popular opinion. I disagree. If you unlock UVH 6 for your Harlow, does not mean that your Rafa is UVH 6 ready. I think you should gotta earn that. You gotta prove that your build is strong enough to get to the higher UVH 6 tiers and earn it. Even if you've done it before. You know, you unlock UVH 6 on freaking bugged Bleed Vex, who one-shots everything with a single pallet on game launch. Shouldn't mean that you unlock UVH 6 for all of your other characters. Now, I think the process of unlocking UVH 6 is not good. Like, I think it needs to be better designed missions that are actually a test of your build, that are actually more interesting and not just story quests. But I don't think it should get handed to you. I don't mind the like killing the random bosses around the world. I think that's fine. My bigger issue is the story missions with like terrible modifiers as like a test for your build that needed to get changed and shouldn't have launched like that. Dude, I love Borderlands 4, and I wanted to uninstall this game when I did my first UVH1 rank up and had to deal with the like black hole mission modifier. What are you farming? Oh, I wanted to get the pearl from this guy. In a perfect world. Was I sliding super slow in that, or am I crazy?
Thought you could use a boost.
Escape, man. Is it Steam Tuesday? There's no pearl from this boss? Is there not? I thought I was told there was a pearl from this boss. There is. Yeah, there is. Yeah, he drops the crow. Holy shit. Cool, we're connected to the internet. Is the crow the pearl? Yeah. Or like crow sourced? Crow something?
No one's gonna go.
You think they'll do gloom to glow like they did neutron capture? Maybe, but he's got a lot more glaring bugged interactions that I would think they would address first. How long do you think it'll take them to fix? I'd be shocked if that gets fixed. I'd be really, really happy, but I would be surprised. Like, I don't know if that is an issue. Technically, if that makes sense. What's going on with my frames right now? I'm at 22 FPS. Oh. Alright, I think we're good.
I made this just for you.
All because of you. Mr. Skittles, you'd have to be more specific. What's broken on your main quest? All right, one more kill on this guy. I'm not currently aware of any like bugged main story stuff.
For being a friend.
Is he having the issue it's not progressing? Is that a thing? You have a fix for it, Cameron? Alright, 3 more kills. What do I think is better, the peak or wild card missions? Is that even a real question? You and I both know the answer to that. What's a good shield for Gun Rafa? Watts for dinner or Super Soldier? Wasting away. Were you streaming while playing Borderlands 2? No, definitely not. I mean, when Borderlands 2 was out, I was a sophomore in high school. I was definitely not streaming. Boom, boom.
Hope you brought a coat.
What year did it come out? 2012. Wasting away. Come on, drop me a damn pearl, you biscuit. No, I didn't start making content until quite literally the day Borderlands 3 launched. Which was kind of a bit of a happy accident. But I started with Borderlands 1. I played Borderlands 2. I watched a lot of Borderlands 2 content. I like never got into like watching streams though until I started streaming myself. Cash Bleed is a class mod, yeah, gamer. Jumping off. Hope that backfired. There is Mr. Skittles, yeah. Apparently you return to Fade Fields and manually drive to Cocardia Burns or
Alright.
Terminus.
So that theory was a bust.
I found a way to make the Soul Survivor good. I haven't gotten the Soul Survivor to drop. Wait, did someone say the weapon was a guaranteed drop? Or is that something that was like guaranteed to drop as Phosphine? I believe you weren't there for the Borderlands 2 greatness. I was! I played Borderlands 2 when it came out. Played the pre-sequel when it came out. Played Borderlands 1 when it came out. I wasn't streaming or making content then. I was like 14 years old. But I was watching Yoda Slayer, Goth, Baru, Dirtlands. Vinylic Puma. It is a guaranteed shiny. Okay, yeah. Haven't gotten that yet.
Here you go.
That was like during the like machinima days of YouTube. Remember that machinima intro on every video you'd watch? You just dropped me a sticky bod? What the fuck? How is that possible? What? You dropped me a sticky level 60 pistol bod? Wild. You're watching Captain Sparkles and PewDiePie. I mean, I started really getting into like watching YouTube with like COD 4. You're like Hutch, Wings of Redemption, Blame Truth. Blanking on some others. White Boy 7th Street. Syndicate, yeah. Sir Grizz, yes sir. Oh, I Reaps montage. Why did that not pop up as a prompt? Is using the alt fire for the bod always better? I know it's SMG sniper best. The only one that I think it would potentially be worse on is on assault rifle. Moxie knows Reaps. Yeah, I mean I used to post COD montages. That's how I technically got it started in YouTube. I posted a lot of trick shot montages. And they got 0 views, but I learned a lot about YouTube and editing while I was doing that. Is that a Shala? Yup. Squeaky, I got you.
Test.
Alright, a few more kills. AR sticky just help with accuracy. explains the beat drop intros. Yeah! I mean, when I started making build videos, that was literally my inspiration, was COD montages. I was like, how sick would it be if a build video was like a COD montage before every intro, or before every video. Hence, like
Oh, that's a lot of damage.
these videos. Ninja, I think, for the gifted. One second. The second one was better. Do. This video is sick. Literally, COD montage.
OG brain rot. Yep. Expeditious.
But that's alright.
Yo, I remember we sat on stream for like an hour of me trying to hit this like 720 off the top of Athena's. Incredible. Boom, 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 ba-doom. You heard that song in Geometry Dash? Nice. With that build? What, the flak build? Yeah, that build will be good. Do I know the rarest item in Borderlands 4? Yep. It's whatever you're farming for. Thank you for sharing, Horseman. What would actually be the hardest thing to farm? I think it would have to be a perfect part grenade. Like, grenades, low-key, have some of the, like, widest part variants. Like, if you're hunting for a very, very specific grenade, the amount of part variants on them is kind of insane. Yeah. Perfect enhancements as well. The amount of passives they can roll. Plus their lower drop rate. Yeah, it kind of depends on if you take into account the frequency that you can kill something. Like, perfect +5 good passive class mod from Nightmare Rifts would probably be pretty much impossible right now. Purples are real hard too, because yeah, they don't have a dedicated source. Does High Noon Harlow benefit from fire rate? Yep. Look how fast I can fire this without any of my fire rate buffs active.
I got just the thing.
It's still like air quotes as fast as you can pull the trigger, but the ceiling for how fast you can pull the trigger goes up with more fire rate. Harlow is the most visually annoying action skill in the game. Dude, so many people complain about Harlow's action skill getting like in their way. I really don't think it's bad. I don't know. It's not really bothered me. Amon's original shield that he pulled out for his blue tree, horrible. Zane's original like bubble that he pulled out, horrible. Couldn't see anything. I don't find Harlow's to be like oppressive. You know what I mean?
Yo, been avoiding spoilers. Finally finished the story part of the DLC. Whatcha farming?
This guy drops a pearlescent. I was trying to get it.
Push in the button.
Exclamation mark dedicated. Want to sleep? Maximizer coming in with the big 35. Appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How do I start Rift's thing? It's like a random world spawn.
Putting you in a deep freeze.
We had 2 infinite crit Harlows and a grenade Rafa the other night. Couldn't see a damn thing. Yeah, I could see if you're pairing Harlow's action skill with others or your own, it could get annoying. But as someone who mainly plays solo, that doesn't really bother me, personally. I'm not saying it couldn't be improved, I don't really notice it. I know I do. What do you mean by that and why? Most things in Crimson Desert are just cosmetic. They're just cosmetic differences. The stat variance is very, very, very negligible.
Scavenge some gear.
Same thing with weapons.
This was my favorite.
I've got Torg Impact and Daedalus Shotgun. A few more kills on this guy, 30 kills later. I know, I got distracted. I'm sorry. Huh. Kind of just get lost in it. It's always like, oh, surely the next one, right? This boss was such a letdown. Yeah, this boss was like cool looking. But the fight was just so short. And it was so weak. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It needed more HP. Even on like a not crazy build. You know, when he just kind of falls over. I think cool fight, cool arena, cool design, but like realistically, you just needed to do a little bit more, hit a little harder, do a little bit more HP or something. Won't let you switch back and forth without leaving the site. What? Really? Browski, I think with the 25 months. The arena looks awesome. Exactly. Yeah, I kind of assumed that there was going to be like the equivalent structure of the current vaults, like where Radix and Origo are, and we would have a new one in this area because it is like a new open world area. All the open world areas have a vault. So like, I don't know. I don't think this really compared to that.
Damnation by radiation.
Hamdo. What are you farming? The pearl from this guy. We're about to move on though. One more kill. One more kill. Well, I'm not saying like he's weak to this build. This is a very, very strong build. I'm talking about my level 13 cash mowed through this guy. You know what I mean? Like with blue gear. Most bosses look like a chump to this current setup, but I'm saying like on like a normal playthrough, he still wasn't like an impressive boss fight. Visually impressive. Challenging wise, definitely not. Yuga.
That's a lot of damage.
Gaming Blue
Love your
Wolf.
builds. They are the only builds that I can
Yeah, I
use.
think the 2 months.
Lol.
Appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't believe the drop rate changes for... Does drop rate change for pearls? I don't think so. I want to say no. What is this build? This is a very funny interaction with the Shala. Basically, the Shala has a perk on it called Off a Lot on auto reload. Grant a stack gives exhilaration. Each stack of exhilaration increases the number of possible ricochets by 1. So at 5 stacks, you get 5 ricochets, right? And then the Daedalus shotgun loader gives me 2 extra projectiles, so I'm getting 3 shots that each have the possibility of 5 ricochets. If there's no enemies to ricochet to, the ricochets go downwards. But because I have the Torg impact roll, the ricochets go down and then do splash damage. And if I have splash radius, like the blasting pounder, I get 100% damage radius for Torg weapons, meaning that all of the ricochets overlap on a single enemy. So instead of my ricochets going and hitting a bunch of random enemies, I'm creating 15 ricochets that all hit the same enemy.
Just being supportive.
And that's why you see this. It's not showing the flash, but the projectiles all go down towards the ground, and then they're splashing, so they're overlapping on him. It's a bit like the Pimpernel in that way, kind of. This was given to me, Maximizer. Here, we can do it with a level 51, though. I'm pretty sure I have my level 51 on me. Let's see. Let's see what it looks like with a level 50. This is 100% less damage. Gotta get our stacks. Borderlands 3 lead sprinkler. Exactly. Alright.
Frostbitten, twice shot. Get ready to march.
Oh, he went immune.
I'll save a bullet for whoever comes to avenge you.
Robbed. I want to do that again. No pearl, no pearl. You got a level 49 one, pen. They do add drop rate per level. A little bit higher, gotcha. I get the Earl Pearl. Yes and no. I haven't gotten it to drop for me, but someone did give me one. Yeah, refraction is fixed. We're specking it. There it is. What's the part? Daedalus shotgun plus Torg impact. You need both for it to be crazy, but you would much rather have Torg impact than you'd rather have Daedalus shotgun. Alright, last kill. We're gonna go do other things. I want to test some stuff. I want to go test some stuff, make a video.
Bundle up for a cold snap. Detonating.
So, the one thing that we do need to figure out, technically, we do need to do a little bit of testing before we, like, finalize this. Harlow's new class mod worth farming 100%. You do your ranger build off stream? No, not yet. I make most, like, I don't know if we ever really made a build off stream, to be honest. Pretty much always on stream. What do I want to test? Oh, so I put these. We were testing that gun damage is worse. We were testing if that was better or worse than fire rate, and it was worse. So here's what we could do with the points. Right? We've got five extra points, right? Out of our 10. This is the old, basically, skill tree. We put 5 points into latent charge because it's good. Whenever we have overshield, we deal bonus damage. That's crazy. We're putting 5 into refraction now instead of excited state because refraction works for everything, which we need to go demonstrate. These 5 points, we could max out feedback loop and excited state. Or we get 20% fire rate from Cyclotron. It's one of those two. Full green. The good thing is we can test that. We tested this earlier with fire rate versus the thing, but we're gonna set this to 10. We'll spend the 5 points one place, we'll spend the 5 points elsewhere. I'm imagining the fire rate is gonna win. Fire rate should on paper win. We tried the fire rate versus the gun damage and the fire rate won. Let's try the fire rate versus the crit damage. So, we spec those 5 points into fire rate. Let all of our buffs fall off. This is set to 10 seconds. We're going to do this.
You're welcome.
1, 2, rep kit.
You're dead.
3, shoot until this number falls off.
To cry about.
Okay, it got to... I recorded it, but it got to around 7 something. 7-6. Okay.
Chipotle's new smoked brisket is now available. Thanks again to Chipotle for sponsoring this video.
They just launched their new smoked brisket meat option, which is
How'd you do
responsibly
that?
raised with no added hormones or antibiotics.
Get that
I
off my
ordered
screen right now.
a smoked brisket burrito, and let me tell you, this thing
Bodacious,
is
god damn
meat
it.
is smoky, it was charred, it was tender, and it actually had a little bit of kick to it, which I wasn't expected. It's seasoned with fire roasted jalapenos, which gave it that nice.
What the fuck are we watching? I don't know. Bodacious put that on the screen.
Well, it's brisket done the Chipotle way, easy to order via the Chipotle.
All right, next test. I don't even know how he managed to figure that out. All right, away from action. Got to be back. Is that a Chipotle review? It was a Chipotle ad. It was a Chipotle ad. You should try a Heimdall ordinance with Harlow. We'll do. We'll do. All right. Let's do the exact same rotation.
Just being supportive.
1, 2, rep kit. 3.
What happens when I press this?
7-4. 7-4. All right. Fire rate wins. Fire rate wins. Pog. That makes the most sense. That makes the most sense. Not that we would do this for infinite crit, but I'm curious with those 10 extra points what this looks like. Is that enough to do this? That gives you 3 into flash freeze. You don't get any decoherence and you don't get any latent charge. But you do get infinite action skill uptime, which is kind of cool. Is there a new level cap? Yup, goes to 60 now. That'll be cool. We'll do a separate build on that. We'll do like a full cryo-themed Arlo. Don't we already have an infinite uptime? Pretty much, yeah. We need to test this refraction. How do we test refraction? I have an idea. All right, what we're gonna do. This reads that you gain ricochet chance against entangled enemies. Critical hits double this chance. Ricochets have reduced damage. This apparently is now working for anything. Like, you can ricochet a spread launcher. We don't use a spread launcher on this build, nor would we ever need to. So I want to see if it has practical use for this build. So we're going to mag dump with a Shala. With critical funding and see the damage difference with refraction versus excited state. Basically. That's the goal. Mag dump with refraction on target dummy. Because this is going to be hard to, like... Trooper. We would never use anything besides Phlebotomist now. Phlebotomist is our new ruler. Let's see. Okay, this is with excited state.
I made this just for you.
We'll do 1, 2,
Kapow!
that, 3. That's not a great test. Not the greatest test. Because critical funding is kind of RNG.
Why did I click that?
So is the +4 cryo the ideal role on the phlebotomist? Or is the +4 in the green skill the best?
Believe it or not, neither. Oh, you're talking about besides sustainment? The only thing you care about is +3 to sustainment. Or sustained reaction. After that, I would go isotope. Yeah, I was about to do that. Just remove critical funding. That way it's consistent. There's no RNG. Well, there is a little bit of RNG, unfortunately. Less RNG, though. Should technically take off this class mod, too. I'm just speccing these, so there's not, like, any sort of, like, if this ticks or procs or amount of overshield. So, refraction, excited state for the creds. Group study, nuclear winter. Okay. Should be able to test that. I'm going to take off the phlebotomist because it has a proc chance, which makes this unfair. And let's put on no shield, so we don't have any, like, if we have amp or anything like that. So no RNG. We do have a little bit of RNG refraction, so we'll do 2 tests. Alright. Shouldn't matter if we stack. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. See if they stay rainbow. Oh, really? Did I have 5 stacks there? Oh, I don't think I had any stacks. 1 second. We kind of need to have stacks here. we got our action skill back.
Here comes the frost.
Fuck. This guy was targetable too. Don't like that.
Ugh.
Okay. Do one more test. Oh, I don't need to do that actually. All right, not targetable, not targetable. Okay, about the same damage. Small variance. Small variance. First one was 3.5 million. Second one was 3.4 million. This off of us.
Right there.
He goes up the more he doesn't like it. Wait, what? What'd you do? What'd you do? All right. Now we're doing no refraction, full excited. That's the true. It's a point in the confirmative. Let's say.
I'm feeling frosty.
Okay, so we did 3.4 million and 3.5 million. Our first time using excited, we did 4.1. Let's wait for that to fall off and Deadeye stacks to fall off. 4.1 exactly. Yeah, there shouldn't be any variance on this because it is guaranteed. 4.197, exact same amount of damage. So, yeah, we did basically the exact same amount of damage. Interesting. It shoots off horizontally. 35, 147. Freaking crit numbers. How much reduced damage did it say? 60% reduced damage? What if every gun was a Jacob shotgun? 23, 23. Okay, let's go for 23. I don't know where that 35 came from. As it pointed in Tormented. Which one, the leveling or the new gun build? New gun. Okay, thank you. Oh, this has a Jacob's roll on it, doesn't? How does this work with stickies? Or refraction testing? Yes. So I just tested versus excited state, and obviously excited state is more single target damage. I was thinking that might be different on a Shalashaka build because it's getting its damage from ricochets, but it was not the case.
Something to cry about!
Alright.
I have a sense that I see one!
Okay. I was looking to see if it was planting stickies on enemies, but doesn't seem like it. One 156, 156, 156. Interesting. That was a 154. 352. It can proc itself? Interesting. That should, in theory, look crazy with a Shala, no?
Let's go, team!
Flavor against you! Oh, mommy!
What's the version on refraction? Very much some shenanigans going on. Have yet to get it to work on to do anything
Freaking
good
God,
for single
dude.
target damage, but for mobbing it seems kind of insane. DJ, thank you for the 5 gifted subs, appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Anybody put the new Harlem mod? You joined at a good time. We're doing that right now.
Something to cry about!
Bundle up for a cold snap.
My hot hot!
That's a lot of damage.
My hot hot!
What I'm trying to see right now is if we can get a refraction projectile without splash on it.
Give me something to cry about!
I think it's going along with the projectiles. If I'm understanding this correctly, that it wouldn't be a splash projectile from a splash ricochet.
Someone's ready for the big time!
Okay, I have an idea for testing this. This is gonna be a little awkward. We're gonna proc everything and then shoot 10 shots with refraction and 10 shots without it, and I want to see if
Someone's ready for the big time!
if we can notice a difference in mob damage.
Are you out of your mind?
Detonating.
Wait for that action skill to go down. You.
Putting you in a deep freeze.
We should make these 5 seconds. 5 seconds will be easier.
I had a spinny chair! I'm gonna swindle your bar! So
You don't think it does? That is what I'm trying to figure out, yeah.
I'm tasting a new flavor! I'm gonna swindle
Alright, I'll wait for that to wear off. We're looking for the highest damage on the guy on the left, I guess. Okay.
Oh, that's a lot of damage.
Kosi Bebon, thank you for the gifted sub. And Maximizer, thank you for the 2 gifted subs. Appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can feel it crawl beneath my skin. Cool. Might not be practical, though. What do you mean by that? Ignores the recursive damage reduction. That would make sense. It shouldn't care. Oh, I'm stupid. I'm like, the numbers are way low. It's because we don't have neutron capture on. Or, okay, sorry for the loud noises. All right, so I think it is working. Look, look, look. That got to like that's 7.8 million. It just crosses 8 million damage on the dummy we're not shooting at, right? Then I did the same skill tree, but without refraction.
What can I say? I'm a helper.
There's the shots. $3 million. 3 million just crosses 4. Just crosses 4 again. You didn't use your action skill again? In that second part, I did. Second part, I did. Action skill is on. It's active. Just getting to 4 mil. So it's I mean that doubled my mobbing damage. No. We went from literally 4 mil to 8 mil. Emergency drop or patch change a loot drop. You're very welcome, looping. Okay. We have one more thing to test. One more thing to test. Hopelessly blissful and blind. I'm gonna have an updated endgame guide for that build. We'll have a updated like true UVH6 build.
Gadget time.
So I just want to make sure. Oops. Okay, it does copy the element. I wasn't sure if it was going to be popping out as a kinetic damage or an elemental. It does copy the element of the gun. It
Are you out of your mind?
It doesn't do splash though.
I'm tasting a new flavor.
Okay, so it's insane with stickies. All right, one last test. One last test just to see how wacky this can get. Ooh, maybe two, maybe two, maybe two. What is an insane with stickies? Good question. All right, ready?
Prepare for frostbite.
Here's the potential real shenanigans. It works with ordnance. Oh my god, it works with ordnance. Harlow's got ordnance ricochets.
Someone's ready for the
That is crazy. All right, let's record this updated guide. That wouldn't give you grenade ricochets. It doesn't say it's specific to any source of damage. Doesn't say guns or anything. I'd imagine it would be literally any source of damage can now ricochet. I have a fuse.
I'm tasting a new flavor. Oh, mommy!
Oh, I've got a secret. I'll tell you after I explode.
I'm gonna swindle your bar so hard.
Didn't look like it worked for the grenade. You'd see what looks like bullets shooting out. Those are its like normal things. I'm not seeing anything hitting these guys. You ricochet your melee damage. Oh, you know what? It needs to be a crit. Fuck, it needs to be a crit. Wait. I didn't throw it with the grenade with the crit with the thing on.
I know a snitch when I see one.
That's right. That's not getting
Are
Refraction should be skill damage. If it works like anything else. Artillery ricochet should work, yeah. It's disgusting. The new Harlow's new class mod is disgusting. Okay, it doesn't need to be a critical hit. Critical hits just increase the chance. It doesn't have to crit to ricochet. So no, I don't think it would work with melee. Artillery grenades deal gun damage, which is why that would work. But ordnance weapons also do gun damage. You know, like this. Will ricochet. Oh, and we have infinite ammo. I didn't realize that. Wow. I did. Alright, let's record this.
Oh, that's a lot of damage.
Iwe, I think they gifted. Appreciate that. Thank you. Enjoy your new sub badge. Working like a dream on level 50. We've been making another one for 60. Yes. Yep. McLovin, I don't think it was doubling card windfall bonuses, but it was doubling passive windfall bonuses. Where does this gun drop? Ordinate processors. Boom, 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 boom.
Almost ready for the big time!
Yo guys, what is up? Max in our Borderlands 4 video, and today we're going over my updated level 60 guide to Infinite Crit Harlow. Now, this is my most played build in Borderlands 4. I absolutely adore this build, and we're going to be updating it with 10 new points today. However, it's not just that simple. Harlow also got a new class mod, which is her new best in slot class mod for a lot of different builds. We're going to be going over that, and they also fixed one of Harlow's bugged skills that wasn't working, that we couldn't take advantage of in previous iterations of this build that now works, and it works really, really well. So we're going to be going over everything you guys need to know. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let's do this. Should we talk about the class mod first or refraction first? Should you try BL3? Yeah, if you've never played it, it's great. Story is not good, but the end game is fun. Class mod, the mod. Okay, let's do the class mod first then. What's the other? There's a what's the other skill that this can roll into? Excited state. Okay. I think my game crashed. Oh, never mind. Just a friend request. Would excited not be better? For what? Points into excited, I think it'd be the best single target damage for sure. Because this is just a kill skill, you know what I mean? I don't really need more mobbing damage. Who drops it? Nightmare Riffs. So there's a lot to talk about, but the first thing to mention is Harlow's new Phlebotomist class mod. Now this reads, while Harlow's action skill is active, dealing gun damage to an enemy has a chance to cause hemorrhage, dealing kinetic status effect damage based on damage dealt. Hemorrhage deals twice as much damage to bosses. So a few things to dissect here. First, if you've played Borderlands 3, this works kind of like a bonus element. You can kind of think of this just as a bonus kinetic element that does damage when you proc it, and it has status effect chance to proc, but this does not deal damage over time. So let's grab a... this gun works, just a fire weapon. But if we take this... and we start shooting. You'll notice that I'm shooting a fire weapon, and I am getting these like kinetic procs. But those kinetic procs don't persist. They just do technically status effect damage, and then they go away. Now, gotcha. Thank you for the raid. Welcome in, raiders.
Now that's a lot of damage.
I'm gonna explain that one more time. So to start us off, this is Harlow's new class mod, the Phlebotomist. This reads, while Harlow's action skill is active, dealing gun damage to an enemy has a chance to cause hemorrhage, dealing kinetic status effect damage based on damage dealt. Hemorrhage deals twice as much damage to bosses. So a few things right off the rip. One, this is from the new Story Pack DLC. You do need to own it to get this. If you don't have that for level 60 Harlow, you are still going to be using the Bio Robot, and we'll explain that in a second. But if you do have the DLC, this is her new Best in Slot class mod for numerous Harlow builds, particularly Infinicrit. And there's a few reasons for that. The first is this can roll into Sustained Reaction. Sustained Reaction is the #1 reason we were using the Bio Robot in the first place. There are purple class mods that you can use instead. But the real thing is, like, Sustained Reaction is huge for sustain for our group study capstone. This reads that whenever you kill an entangled enemy, you restore a portion of your action skill duration. This, whenever you're killing enemies in a mobbing scenario, will allow you to have really high uptime on your group study, which is important because we're doing like most of our damage when group study is active, but also whenever we kill enemies, we get duration back, which allows us to constantly keep proccing group study. I like to keep this around 10 stacks, and you get tons of extra fire rate, extra gun damage. Don't really care about the reload speed because you won't reload on this build, but it's just super nice to be able to upkeep this, and this class mod gives us that. So off of that alone, this class mod is great, and it rolls status effect damage, which I think is better than hazard damage, which is the like inherent passive of the bio robot. So already off to a great start. The next is that this rolls some incredible skills. I don't have an ideal class mod right now, but this rolls into Excited State, which is fantastic. We love Excited State. Gives us more crit damage. Technically only need 1 point in Excited State for this to work and get the like infinite crit interaction. And it also rolls points into Cyclotron, which gives us even more fire rate. And it can also roll points into Unstable Isotope, which whenever we kill an enemy, we get bonus cryo damage. So, like, there's basically only winning with this class mod. Your ideal roll is Sustained Reaction, 3 in that, and then I think the best one's probably going to be 4 into Excited State. But, like, once again, all the skills are great, and that's before we even start talking about the actual ability of this. So the phlebotomist ability is not really what it appears to be. The first thing to understand is this does not deal dot damage. This is not an actual bleed. It interacts with your status effect chance and your status effect damage, but it does not deal damage over time. So just to show you, here I can shoot. This is a fire weapon, and as I shoot this enemy, you'll see that we are getting, oopsies, we are getting kinetic numbers. There's some kinetic numbers. I guess not the greatest weapon to test this, but they go away immediately, and then our like actual elemental dots stay and persist. So if this isn't a dot, then what is it? So from my testing on this setup, this works a bit, if you ever played Borderlands 3, like a bonus element. You can think of this basically as action skill active plus 50% bonus kinetic damage. Now, this bonus kinetic damage doubles against bosses, so it goes from 50% bonus damage to 100% bonus damage, which is crazy, and it interacts with your status effect chance by default. So if you have no status effect chance, you won't see this on every shot, and if you have a lot of status effect chance, you can see this very, very often. That makes the specialization Contamination best in slot for our Infinite Crit build, because whenever we are critically hitting, which we do all the time, we get 100% increased status effect application chance, which means we're going to see this bonus element way more. You have one with Excited State? Okay. They gave her Elden Ring bleed. Use that note on your elemental bleed Vex. Yep, as you should. It's okay right now, Panda. I'll probably grab it afterwards. Does Headringer? Headringer. I'd have to double check what that is.
Oh, that's a lot of damage.
Raven, thank you for the gifted sub. Appreciate that. And Scorpion Gamer, thank you for the Twitch Prime. So off the rip, basically from previous Infinite Crit Harlow to current Phlebotomist Harlow, you're like already dealing like 50% more damage with 100% more damage on bosses, which is crazy. So Harlow is doing really, really well. However, they also fixed one of her broken skills, and that is Refraction. Now, Refraction is all sorts of cursed, and cursed in a very, very good way. Basically, this reads that Harlow and her allies gain ricochet chance against entangled enemies. Critical hits double this chance. Ricochets have reduced damage. Now, if we're critting on this build, that means we have a 60% ricochet chance, and the ricochets are going to be dealing 50% reduced damage. However, these ricochets, when they proc, double dip into our percent damage increases, our crit damage, our gun damage. So they are doing a lot of damage, and they no longer get eaten by Jacob's parts. So we didn't spec this ever because basically, if you, one, it didn't work at all, but two, it would like get eaten by a Jacob's roll. So if you had a Jacob's pistol and you're shooting that, refractions procs wouldn't proc. Now this works with Jacob's weapons, but it also works with non-Jacob's weapons. However, it does some very, very interesting things with like some weird weapons. So I'm just going to do a demonstration of, just a little demonstration of kind of how cursed this can get. So we've got the Heimdall rocket launcher. Not that we're using rocket launchers on this build, but you definitely could. Your ordnance gets refraction. You can see that this is shooting one enemy, and anytime you see these lines going across, that is a refraction proc. So refraction, very, very good. It works for... another kind of like cursed interaction with refraction is it works with stickies. Just grab this purple sticky shotgun. But if we are proccing towards stickies, so the interesting thing to note with refraction with like any sort of like sticky interaction is it will not apply stickies to enemies. The really important thing to understand about refraction, it is a generic bullet. So if you shoot special bullet at enemy and you get a refraction proc, you shoot generic bullet. Generic bullet double dips your damage. It copies the element of the projectile that is doing it, but it does not inherent the properties besides being like generic. So I've applied a bunch of stickies to this enemy. And when I detonate those stickies, one, enemies are taking damage from me shooting those stickies. It can still proc refraction on the initial impact of a sticky. But if we let this go... Well, oh, you know what? I need to reload. That's right. Not the greatest example, but... those stickies procced on this enemy, and the damage that the stickies build up, stickies build more damage as they stack. The damage that they build up when they're detonating as the percentage increased from stickies then gets refraction. So you stack up a bunch of stickies, and all of that damage builds up when it detonates. Instead of copying the individual damage of each individual projectile, it grabs the sticky percentage and then ricochets your full sticky damage basically outwards towards enemies, which is ridiculous. So we kind of lost it here, but I've got, you know, stickies doing like 400,000 damage on basically random ads that normally would never be getting hit by those things. So lots of weird interactions going on with refraction, but the moral of the story is you put on any weapon that you want to use and you shoot into a group of enemies and you will be doing way more damage. A specific example test that we did on stream, I love the Shalashashka. We'll be talking more about this in a second. But I shot into the group of enemies with all of the ads on around 5 seconds of damage ticking. So we tracked our damage, our highest damage output over the course of 5 seconds for about like a minute of shooting. And with refraction, I was able to ricochet in 5 seconds 8 million damage to enemies with the Shalashaka. And without refraction, I was able to ricochet around 4 million damage in that 5 seconds. So, like, you just shoot weapon and you do more damage to groups. You lost your entire bank and all your cosmetics? Yikes. Do you have any backups? So the one thing to note about refraction that is important to understand is, at least in my testing, this does not really do anything for bossing. I think there's probably certain weird scenarios where you could get refraction to do something good for bossing. Maybe you potentially get like a double hit with a enough splash radius with a spread launcher. Shoot the spread launcher ricochets the damage, and maybe it could technically hit the boss again. But for example, like practical applications like using the Shalashashka, which shoots a bunch of projectiles that do a bunch of splash, doesn't get any benefits on single targets from refraction. So this is mainly a mobbing skill. However, it does some really, really crazy things for mobbing, so we're going to be using it on this build. First test, you re-triggered your action skill, but in the second one, you didn't. Okay, we can retest that then. Thank you. I wonder if I re-triggered it more than once. So let's talk about the updated skill tree. Now, the one thing that I do want to note before we go over. So let's talk about the updated skill tree. Now, the one thing I want to note is with these 10 extra points, you can now pick up Flash Freeze in Blue Tree, which whenever Harlow deals cryo damage with an action skill, she gains a chance to freeze that enemy on Infinite Crit Harlow. Nuclear Winter gives us bonus damage. That bonus damage is counted as an action skill, which allows us to instantly freeze every enemy. And with Absolute Zero, you can then keep up your action skill permanently. The issue with that setup is you lose a lot of damage. However, it's super cool because you can constantly just freeze everything. And so I do plan on releasing a different Harlow build that will be like super cryo themed and spec a lot more points into the Blue Tree. However, from my testing, I'm still preferring like basically full green. So for our points here, we're going Momentum for the extra crit damage. Neutron Decay gives us extra gun damage. 3 points Creative Overflow for the extra gun damage, 2 points Confirmative Reality. This allows us to have permanent uptime on our action skill whenever it goes down, because your all your shots are tagged with action skill damage. Whenever you deal damage with your action skill, enemies become entangled. Anytime you shoot an entangled enemy, you get your cooldown back. We are going 5 into Refraction, 1 into Excited State. Now, I'll talk about this in a second. Let's just get through the rest of the skill tree. 1 point into Accretion for a little bit of lifesteal, so if we do get low health, we don't have to use a rep kit to heal. 3 points Distribution Function for some extra shield restore. We're going Harlow's Certainty Principle for the extra handling. Makes your gun feel really, really great. Critical Funding for the infinite ammo, and points into Meltdown for the bonus radiation damage on our crits. Then we're picking up Decoherence, which is a huge multiplier for Harlow. We've talked about this many, many times. And then the new points are going into Latent Charge, which gives us bonus damage based off of our Overshield, and 4 points into Feedback Loop for a little bit of more action skill duration. The action skill cooldown rate, the action skill damage here does not really matter. I just like the extra duration, as when we're restoring duration, that duration is based off of our max. And if we have more duration max when we are restoring it, we have easier upkeep of our action skill. So while this isn't really doing anything technically for our damage, it's huge quality of life for the uptime of your action skill. And while we do have technically infinite uptime, you want to be able to keep high stacks of group study, and these points help with that. And then lastly, for the 5 extra points, you could technically put them wherever you want. We did multiple DPS tests over the course of 10 seconds to see what gave us the most damage from these 5 points. I put those points into Excited State. I put them into the gun damage retrigger on Parallel Circuit, and I put them into Fire Rate. And Fire Rate 1 against everything. This is 20% increased fire rate. Note that fire rate is something that we get a lot of when we are mobbing, because we can re-trigger our group study multiple times. However, when you're bossing, you're typically only at like 1 to 2 stacks of your group study. Maybe you're at 3. That's only 20% fire rate. So this is doubling our fire rate on the build. Fire rate is basically a multiplier because everything else is additive, and we can apply our additive soup a lot faster with more fire rate. So in every test that I did, these points won in terms of DPS output on bosses, even over points in Excited State. Maximizer, are you on PC? Yeah. I know it sucks, but you can download saves. Like, I've got saves in the Discord. We've got community saves. You could have your progress back in 5 minutes. But that does really suck. I'm sorry. Maximizer, were you having the, Were you having the issue where your save, was saying, like, cannot write save file popping up on your screen? No? Okay. I am currently having that. I wasn't sure if that's like a symptom of your save about to get deleted. You're having that? That's been showing up on my screen since the DLC. Next time it pops up, I'll try to take a screenshot of it. Oh. Send that to the box. Is there any way to make your map progress happen? Anyone know? I want to say yes. There's definitely like 100% saves that you could download. This is an updated Harlow. Yup. PSA, the failed to say, write save data may be lost occurs when your documents folder, the folder that stores your save, is being stored in OneDrive. Game saves don't like OneDrive. Interesting. Good to know, thank you. How'd you find the Nightmare Revs? You mean the Red World bosses? I think they suck. They could have done so much with that could have been sick. And they're just like literally walk in, kill a boss, and leave. You turned off OneDrive and it fixed the issue. Check out the cool things you saved on OneDrive this last year. Yeah, I mean, I haven't touched that. Yeah, world boss now with loading screen. Oh, right. We haven't finished recording the rest of this video. We need to do that. Okay, so we're going riddle you this. Contamination. I am a gun. Technically, best defense would be the last point there. Is this infinite crit? Yep. We'll build to use with cash to level to 45. Depends on what you're farming. If you're doing Vile Bounties, cards are very good against Vile Bounties. Crossfire's a little awkward. Green Tree can do Vile Bounties pretty easily, but you want a splash weapon. If you're doing like drill site leveling, Crossfire all the way. All right, let's finish recording the rest of this, and then we can go do stuff. You're getting crushed in drill sites with Crossfire. Austin, it infinitely stacks damage that shouldn't be possible. You can infinitely stack damage and fire it. You could take off all your gear and you should be crushing drill sites. Are you following my build guide for Crossfire? Let it ride will bypass crystals. So I've heard. I didn't know it worked with a Hellwalker, though. People were just saying it works with a Rooker. I really enjoy the Totem Cash build, Joe, but that's because it's new. I think it's stronger than the Rafa build, potentially. Yeah, it should be. Both are really gross, though. Yeah, you can trust Soul. Where's my good scoot and shoot? For your weapons on this build, the Shalashashka is still my favorite Harlow weapon to use. You want this to roll with Torg and Daedalus Shotgun. This was given to me by a viewer. I have been using a level 51, and it still just destroys the whole game. If you weren't aware, Shalashashka basically can stack 15 ricochets with the Shotgun Daedalus attachment, and those ricochets all ricochet downwards, which if you have a Torg licensed part on, will then all deal splash damage. And if you have the Pounder enhancement roll, you get 100% damage radius, which means that all of the splash damage will overlap and hit the same enemy. It is some of the most ridiculous damage you can do in the game. I am no longer using this with a double damage radius. I was like originally having like 100% damage radius plus a splash damage radius roll on the enhancement. I found that to be overkill, and it kills me more often than not. So just look for a Pounder with ideally like gun damage or gun crit would be perfect. And then for your rest of the gear, the new Flash Cyclone from the DLC feels like it was genuinely made for Harlow. It feels so good to use on her. The Scoot and Shoot is also great. Obviously, the bod is still going to be incredible for bossing, but this is once again kind of like a use any weapon Harlow build. We joke about how literally any weapon in the game feels good on Infinite Crit Harlow, and it's pretty much the case. Like just like literally pick up whatever you want to use and put it on. You should be good to go. For your ordnance, your best in slot ordnance, I don't have them right now. I actually should go farm them. Is the new Bismuth tipped dagger. These will give you a more damage increase to whatever element you're using. So if you are fighting a armored boss and using a corrosive weapon, you'd want to throw corrosive daggers. A little bit min-max, you technically don't need it, but it is just more damage for the build. For your rep kit, I mainly use a shiny war paint with chrome and enrage. New class mod is the phlebotomist. Once again, you're looking for 3 sustained reaction, and in my opinion, you want excited state. The bonus cryo damage is nice, but it doesn't do anything for bossing. Excited State will be active for both bossing and mobbing, so that's why I think that's a little bit better. Shield, Watts for Dinner, Amp Siphon, you know what it is, still rocking level 50. And then your enhancement, if you're using the Shala, you're going to want the 100% damage radius on Headringer. And then your other weapons, you could use whatever. I've got some like Ripper ones for whenever I'm using single target, Daedalus for the bod, and Jacobs for like mobbing. For your specializations, we are rocking the best defense. Our shields are basically always up on this build. Super great for us. Riddle you this for the stacking gun damage. Contamination is now a must-have with the phlebotomist. And then we're also going I am a gun. We do get quite a bit of action skill damage, and we are doing skill damage. This boosts both our skill damage and our action skill damage. So I am a gun is great. If you do not have the specialization points to get the best defense, you're going to want to rip that off and just use a honed mind. If you have them, I prefer best defense over a honed mind, but both are great options there. The real kicker is riddle you this, contamination, and I am a gun. Guys, that's going to do it for the video. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what build guide you'd like to see next, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Take care. Bye. Yay. Only you went over firmware. Shit, you're right. For your firmware, we are using Deadeye plus High Caliber. Nothing changes there. Technically, you could use Skillcraft for the refraction, but that doesn't do anything for bosses, so it's just worse for like a lot of the content you could be doing. So Deadeye plus High Caliber will be the most consistent, highest damage thing you can use for firmware on this setup. Do I happen to have a 10 out of 5 refraction comm? No, I do not. That's on the Trooper, yeah? I don't think so. Oh, I do. I lied. I do. Does it benefit from being over 100%? Surely not, right?
This one's my favorite.
With 100% skill crit chance? 100% skill crit chance. What, with like a crit knife? Oh, make extraordinary. You're right, you're right. We would need skillcraft, yeah. When you updating Vex? Soon, soon. Um, even with skillcraft, that doesn't get me to 100% crit chance, no? On skills? I think you'd need skill crit chance as well. On max roll, this shows up as 5. Does it? I can message them. Maybe it got fixed.
Oh, that's a lot of damage.
It seems, I mean, we could, I think, get to 100%, but it would need, like, perfect class mod. Plus 5 trooper, like, could be something else. I don't think it's for infinite crit Harlow. I'm not gonna be like, yo, this is the new setup. You're gonna need to get 100% crit chance. You need to get exactly this for this to function. You know what I mean? But could be something very, very fun to mess around with. Make extraordinary is an interesting idea for the last 5 points. The only thing is, once again, it does nothing for bosses. And it's not like we have issues with mobbing. I might make a note about it. Because, like, technically, if you're just doing, like, drill sites, this could be interesting. There's got to be a way to get refraction to work on the single target, though, right? There's going to be some jank with splash radius, spread launcher, or something to make it double hit. Wombo combo is very good on neutron capture. You entangle bosses multiple times. Yeah, but that doesn't mean the ricochets would bounce to them. Nope. Turned into ricochet. It did turn into ricochet. We were working on Ranger, but the ricochet's interactions were too crazy. They were too crazy. All right, give me 1 second. I gotta grab some water. Duel a friend? Yo, we can't duel anyone. Just for make it extraordinary, not for reaction. Oh, gotcha. And then I was like, all right, I got to dip. Take care. Nice meeting you. And I walked like maybe half a block out the store. And I was like, oh shit, Yoshi. I like, it was... I left Yoshi in the sandwich shop and I had to like go back in. And the dude was like, well, like, oh, you're back. And he was like, yeah, I forgot my dog. Guys. I'm never telling a story on stream again. How you gonna be making a build around the hooligan? Oh, I want to make an ordnance build, but I don't know if I would use the hooligan for it. There's another ordnance class mod that looks basically just better. Well, it depends. I don't really want to do grenades. I want to do rocket launchers, and the other one is very, very good for rocket launchers. Are you good, Maximizer? You fixed? All right. Please check available storage space. Is my PC like? Give me 1 second. Is it like out of storage space? No, I have like 400 gigabytes free. I wanted to finish this cache build. I don't think we're gonna get a chance to do it tonight, though. That failed, right? Save data, BS. Okay, well, out of curiosity, when did it start happening for y'all? Post DLC pack drop. Okay, mine didn't start happening till today. I haven't like changed anything. I want to go do one quick kill with this, and then don't hate me, but it is really nice out, and Steph wants to go get dinner and drinks. And I've been streaming like crazy lately, so we're gonna do a quick kill on this, make sure everything's working properly, and then I'm gonna go get some dinner with the wife. Oh my god, this would be one of my favorites. You hate me, yeah. Only happens when you lose connection. Interesting. What boss do you farm for the phlebotomist? Oh, it's Nightmare Rifts. Nightmare Rifts. Basically, you just drive around in a circle in the DLC. Epic's got a video on it. Let's go kill something in the DLC. We're doing Earl yesterday. He had phases. Can the Cyclone ricochet back into you? It does splash damage. I don't think it can... I don't know if it can hit you. But it does do splash. Really would like to know about those 10 points of Ranger Rava. They're gonna go into Vitriol and First Impressions. 5 points Vitriol, 5 points First Impressions.
Oh, that's a lot of damage.
Both of those skills never worked with Bullet Buddy Deluxe. They do now after the patch. So you put Bullet Buddy Deluxe on, First Impressions is amp. And Vitriol is bonus damage. So you will kill bosses faster than ever on that build. Have I tried a card build on UVH6 yet? No, not yet. We used it for leveling. And then I wanted to... I only posted like a leveling guide for totems, so I wanted to do totems first. But, so this is a Jacob's Cache build that we made like 2 days ago that I wanted to record, but I couldn't because my fucking thing broke. And then we have to do a UVH6 Crossfire build, a UVH6 Cards build, and a UVH6 Ordnance build. Wait, where the heck am I going? I wanted to go fight this boss. Oh, you know what? I think we just travel through here and then come back out. Is this a hot slugger totem build? No, this is... what are we expecting to do right now? Yeah. Sorry, we're supposed to be on cards. This is, we dubbed it blood money. Because it's a bleed build.
Why don't you come on back real soon?
10 out of 5, nothing beats lead. What class mod gives you that? Is there a legendary or purple?
Big money, big money. Tapping out on
Oh, I don't have the gamer on. I was like, he should be dead.
Happy Detonation Day. I remember this. But,
What would you suggest for totem firmware? Guns or your...
When you need immediate critical attention.
Well, even if you're using guns on my totem build, both would want skillcraft. So you can farm that once you get to UVH 6.
seek your mind.
Are there so many useless bot rolls? Part variety? Hey, at least now with bod farming, you can farm it at a 21% drop rate instead of 3% drop rate. You know what I mean? Like, dude, the on-launch drop rate at 3% versus now at 20 or 21%, game-changing.
A good compass. I see your you and raise you a hawk.
Noted. Oh, let's go! Easy phosphid. Been loving the new content. I missed out during my break from the game. Good to hear, Apple. The other two is high cal. 3 skillcraft, 2 high cal for the 10% multi. So it goes down a lot of gremlin. No. I'm grabbing this and then I gotta go. Otherwise, stuff's gonna kill me. Hey. Sick. I'm on 3 out of 10 phosphines from the new DLC now. The purple crack shot rolls in nothing beat lead. Definitely some funny things you could do with that. All right, guys. Sorry for the abrupt end to stream. I'm gonna go get some dinner with the wife. It is very, very nice outside. Grab some beers, some food. We're gonna go raid someone. Let's go raid Bizcap. Hey, if you don't know Bizcap, he is one of my mods. Helps me with a ton of tech stuff. Show him some love. He's the best. He's doing some arc raiders. All right. Bye, friends. See you tomorrow.